What's up, guys? So, my competition's over. I competed. We'll just jump straight into the attempts real quick. I'll just show them. So, attempt one was 195.
Come on, let's go! Push, easy!
Attempt two was 202 and a half.
This is light.
Lightweight! Easy, easy! Push it!
Oh yeah.
And attempt three was 207 and a half.
Easy weight! Let's go, Dennis! Come on! Run it!
Come on, Dennis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it.
Come on, Dennis, you can do it! Let's go! Come on, Dennis! It's light!
Come on.
Push! Push that motherfucker! Push it! Go, boy!
Oh yeah. All one. Play.
Yeah! Go ahead there, go ahead!
Clarence, you're gonna see Dennis again. He's gonna go first.
And then I took a fourth attempt at a Federation World Record, 211. All of these in kilos, of course.
Push it! Push it, Dennis! Push it!
How about a big round of applause for Dennis Arnold, ladies and gentlemen, going for that fourth attempt world record.
So let's talk about it. I weighed in at 98.5 kilos, by the way, so like 216.7 or 8 pounds, just under 217 pounds. Honestly, I was not feeling great on the day. Initially, I had wanted to go 195, 202 and a half, and then jump straight to 211, the world record on my third, and then take a fourth at like 215. However, I was not feeling so hot on the day. And I was gonna take what was there. My third was gonna be based on my second. Warm-ups felt normal, like they didn't feel bad, but I didn't feel great. But the way they moved, give or take, how they're supposed to move. Attempt one felt weird, but it's to be expected. I'd been training on a squat bar. They use, in this federation, they use a 55-pound F8 bench bar. It's the same diameter as a squat bar, but it's not the same length. So there is a little bit different feel. The weights are a little closer in. It's not like this absurd difference. The main thing that's different is like the spin of the bar. It's a little different, and this is getting into the weeds a little bit, and it's not something that's like a huge make or break, but just when something feels different than you're accustomed to, it does throw you off. And that's one of the things about meets is you're not using your equipment that you're used to using. Fortunately, we were using that same bench in the competition is the same exact bench, not the same spec, like the literal same exact bench from our gym that I've been training on. So, that was normal to me, but the bar was not. But the opener, it moved like how an opener moves on bench press. So it was always going to be 195 and then 202 and a half. The 202 and a half, my second, I think this is 446. It felt heavy, but not like absurdly heavy, but it felt probably a little heavier than it should have felt. And that's why I called 207 and a half. That's a 2.5 kilo PR for me in this weight class, and that was the safe play. And I wasn't even guaranteed the 207 and a half. Like that took a lot. Like you saw in the video, like I got really, really hyped up for that lift, and I kind of had to go there to make that one happen. I had told the scorers table before my third attempt, like after my second, when I went to put it on my third, I said, hey, if I hit my third, I'm going to take a fourth attempt, just so they were aware, so they didn't roll right into the next flight. Honestly, after my third attempt and being successful with it, I wanted to go tell them, like, hey, scratch that fourth attempt, but I already told them fourth attempt, and they put 5 minutes on the clock. I had to follow myself because I was the last one in that flight, so they put 5 minutes on the clock for me, and The only thing for me here was like I went way hype for my third attempt, and it was, do I try to stay hype and rest for 5 minutes while staying in an elevated zone, or do I try to calm down and get myself back up? I tried to calm down and get myself back up. I did not get myself back up. I didn't get all the way back to that place. I don't know that it would have mattered. Like maybe, because in training, like I didn't take that long. Like I didn't take 5 minutes. Even though in the meet, like between attempts 1 and 2 was longer than 5 minutes because you got the other lifters going. But I tried to get down and come back up and take as much time as I could. Maybe I should have just stayed hype and, just rested like 2-3 minutes like I'm accustomed to with training and tried to stay hype, and maybe I would have had a better chance, but I don't know. I was intentionally trying to beat the press command and heave it. Because I felt like the only shot I had was if I just got down quick. You'll see the descent was quicker than my first 3 attempts. So I was trying to get it down quick, and then a quick heave and go, and just give it all I had. And I got a fast press command, which this federation, the rule book does not call for applause. It just, you touch your torso under control and you get a press command, IPA rules. But I was legit trying to game it to see if I could just at least get it up, and then, fingers crossed, judges give me a gift. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But I tried to come down quick, tried to do a quick heave, and I even felt my ass come off the bench and everything, and I tried, and it wasn't there, and I shook my head, and the spotters grabbed it. Like I said, it was going to be me intentionally cheating the rules, and also thoughts and prayers to get that 4th attempt up there. Why I didn't feel good, the only thing I can really think of, my training went pretty good. I did have that one miss in training, which is not ideal. And then I really should have just let that miss be that miss, but I retook it, and of course I hit it, and that was 3 weeks out. I mean, there's time to recover and stuff, but that's still, you don't want to miss lifts and prep. That's not ideal. Maybe it played a part, maybe it didn't. The biggest thing that played a part was, I told you guys weeks ago I didn't want a water cut. I did not really do good about sticking to my diet. So I did have to do a water cut, and I mistimed it. I was a day early getting to weight. So, the day before weigh-ins, I was already at weight, and I was playing with my scale. I would step on it and then, eat a little bit, take little baby sips of water, see what it did, and then, leave it alone for a while. I had to work and stuff too, so I'd go a couple hours and come back and, step on it again and see what was what. And I didn't really get to eat or drink. I ate a lot that day, but I didn't drink a lot that day. Of course, I went to rehydrate the next day. I'm going to make a separate video on the whole water cut process and how that went. But I mistimed it. I was a day early, and I slept good. My rest was, especially for a pre-meet day. Most of the time I don't sleep good the day before meet anyway, and I slept pretty good. So, I was rested. My training went relatively well other than that one miss. But definitely mistimed the water cut by a day. And ultimately, I had that little bit of lingering, sort of blasé feeling, on meet day. And that's why for my third, I really had to get super hyped up. And at least getting that 2.5 kilo PR, was there on the table. I told Sam Sheether, I was talking to him before the meet, about do I play it safe, or if I wanted to just go straight at 211 on my third, because I was playing scenarios in my head, if I hit 207.5 on my third and then I miss 211 on my fourth, is it one of those, oh, well, if I would have just went at 211 on my third, I would have had more gas in the tank to hit it, and blah, blah, blah. And, these are things you think about, as a quote-unquote athlete. But ultimately, I made the right call here. I don't know if I don't think I would have hit the 211 on my third if I had jumped straight to it, because I don't think I was good for it on the day. Like I said, without me trying to intentionally cheat it up, and get good judges' calls and all of that jazz. So, but at the end of the day, it is a 2.5 kilo PR in that weight class. And that is purely based on smart attempt selection. And, you know, technically I went 3 for 3 and had a perfect day. And then I just, you know, had a bonus one that I missed. So I wasn't competing against anybody. I was the only drug tested 220 there. IPA Worlds is a geared meet. And those are best lifters were geared lifters. And that's what that meet caters to. I guess technically, like, I'm a 220 pound IPA bench only amateur world champion for whatever that's worth. It doesn't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, that's how the meet went. I'm happy with my little 2.5 kilo PR. As far as going forward, I don't know if I'm gonna make a separate video. I probably am gonna make a separate video. Of course I am. I'm probably gonna not compete for a while. This was the first competition I did in a year, so it's not like I've been burning it up competing anyway. But yeah, and there will be a separate video about what's coming up next, I guess. Peace!